has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Tennessee Titans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Well, these two teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the first-round bye. But that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Titans first down.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down now, it's Henry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have a Titans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Complete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly to the ball on their win.
Damn good hit.
They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Last year's All-Pro punter Brett Kern comes on for Tennessee. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Adoree Jackson on the tackle. That's a gain of 8.
An option run with Ingram.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback. Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
He's going deep for Brown. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle.
Got to use your strength.
They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
After the interception, here's Jackson going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. It's caught on the right side at Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a 1st quarter lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of Skip.
God damn.
Baltimore touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Shit.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. That run, that was absolutely sensational.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
They begin with Henry. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot. The line corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The throw over the middle, taken in. And all the way in for the Ravens. Touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
And he's the reigning MVP of the league, primarily for his work on the ground, but that arm, something special, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Tannehill. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
All defenses work.
John, hurt that man, ain't
it? It could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the 50, it's Tannehill. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. Man open left side is Brown.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our
I wasn't gonna say shit.
report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Second and 2. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Pass, thrown away, and incomplete. Brings up third down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. From the gun, Jackson. Steps away to his left. He uncorks it for Snead. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
It's a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Tannehill. Open man is Cameron Batson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. First down carry for Henry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Anthony Averett picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a quick 6-7 touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
16 yards, a first down.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
On first down, Henry. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Now Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Damn it!
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the
This is my second drop, bro.
And here's another example on that last play.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Jackson. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
On the option, it goes to Ingram. Muscles him off. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
On the option, it's Jackson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
throw down back at the 40.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Oh, That's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
7-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Right back to Dobbins on first. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing now is Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go again with Dobbins. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Caught right side at Snead. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Good game, man.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Oh, shit.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Baltimore, they keep pace for